Hello, hello. Welcome to Crazy E Games. Today we are in Genshin Impact, and we are continuing the Baizhu story. The Heart of Healing. Lagenaria, Chapter Act 1, The Formula for a Miracle. Return to the west of Qiqi village. The boundary between medicine and poison seems to have blurred, as has the line between life and death. Where can one find a truly perfect remedy? Or does it exist at all? In the previous video, I was talking about a dragon heart. I think it's like in this area here. I just wanted to mention that. I don't know how many people are going to be coming from that video, but for those who are, I guess they'll see.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way.
Lead us the way. Take us to like a hot dog stand. Oh, I guess I was just hungry. I just smelled some hot dogs and it smelled really good.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
We're going into the bamboo forest.
Ache in my heart. This must be the way.
I will show you the way. Do you know the way?
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
Ooh. Was that always there?
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Let's do it. Ah, yes. Head to the underground space. Entanglement of past dreams. The restless force within Jialiang has beckoned him, ceaselessly drawing everyone to this place. Here, the stench of evil is growing, and the curtains of fate are soon to fall. It says I need a Geo? For some reason? I wonder why. Shall I put a Geo onto the team? I guess Jialiang isn't part of the story, so I can replace her with... I guess neither is Ningguang, but I need a Geo, so... Wow, there's a lot of Geo characters in Li Yue. I think the best is probably Zhongli. Zhongli.
A walk would be nice.
Seeing as how he's like funeral director's assistant or something. Alright, start. Oh, we get to play as Baizhu, it looks like.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
Oh, if I have Baizhu, then maybe I didn't need to bring Zhongli, because Baizhu also creates shields,
The
right?
digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
Yes, they found something evil inside these caves.
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to...
Diarrhea?
Curses! Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Alright. Ooh.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Cool. I get to play as Baizhu, which is nice. Door resurrecting, activating. We gotta kill these guys. Hi, Healy Trails. I know you're not really a part of this, but the game wants me to kill you, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh yeah.
Mind the side effects.
I'm doing quite a bit of damage, kinda sorta, for a healer, I guess. Oh, how is he actually built? Wow, he has 38,000 health. I think that's even more than my Jiangli. Nope, never mind. My Jiangli reigns supreme. Weapons. He's got a 5-star weapon. Jade Fall Splinter, which is an HP weapon. He's got Noblesse, 3 constellations, everything level 8. Which is cool. I don't really know how to use Baizhu, but we'll just wing it.
Mind the side effect.
I feel like using Hu Tao to do this is just gonna make things a little too easy. Maybe I should stick with Baizhu.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I don't see any dust on this sensor's surface. The burn marks on the insides are still fresh. I don't think this was left here by the treasure hoarders.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiangli was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jialiang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiangli to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
Ooh. Baizhu. There's really no point exploring, is there? Open sesame? Well, that was easy.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Whoa, that's kind of cool.
Aha! We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear
Oops. Well, that's unfortunate. I feel like that is probably oversight on the devs. That I can go out of bounds and totally miss a line of the story. They want me to what now? Push and activate, eh?
Huh? Paimon doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here. There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
Why would they put like a nice little hidden section here? They're not going to reward us with any treasures. Push. Faster! No one got all day here. Activate! Do 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 do. No falling down. Oh wow, door resurrection activated. Hey, well, these guys are like messed up. The problem is with my current build is that for elemental reactions, Hu Tao is the only one who can do it. so that's unfortunate.
The doctor will see you now.
Up, 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 up. Whoop! Whoop! Ah!
Shatter!
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Solidified.
Alright, Hu Tao. Do your thing.
Fire, pants on fire!
Woo! There's one more.
Order guide you.
Oh, he dodged it. We got him. Ooh, a chest. 3 more gems. Oh, it's an invisible wall. Whoosh. Whoosh. That's cool that they can detect where you are, and if you're on the wrong side of it, it'll tell you that you can't actually push it. Instead of just like it being a thing you activate. I need this one to activate that one? Is that what they're saying? Yeah, this is the only one that can activate, and we had to chain it, right? Oops, I wanted to do that. Ah, I reached. Oh, there's just a chest here. So yeah, this is a problem. I don't know. They sometimes give you like access to chests if you explore, like really rarely, so it makes you want to actually look out for them, but they do it so infrequent that I feel like they should just tell you or whether or not you need to explore or not, or if it's just like you go into a thing and you get a chest, then I don't know, it feels like a bit more user friendly that way. But I guess exploration is kind of dependent on the person playing the game, so. But you could have missed out on that chest if you just forgot to go get it, right? Well. Ayo! Jialiang. Ja. I would have missed that if I didn't see the prompt for a split second there. Oh, there's a big boy over here. Hi, big boy. How are you doing today?
Jiangli!
Do you like video games?
There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Geo Vishap, the one whom the Chai's loathsome blood clings. The Cha? I think they called it the Cha, right?
Quake!
Orders given. Orders received.
Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow.
The doctor will see you.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Pow, 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 pow.
Solidified. This is order.
This is order.
Mind the side effects.
Wow. Baizhu's attacks are actually pretty clean, it feels like.
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect.
Uh-oh.
And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working,
We're just gonna have to give him a new heart. He has a son. Oh man, that just went dark right there.
Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him!
Sometimes life just gives you lemons, Paimon.
Baizhu, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct her medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
You can't be thinking about that again, Baizhu. Oh no, you're risking your own life. Everyone's risking their lives.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis.
Ryu is not grown up.
If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I die...
Jialiang...
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment, that's all.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang... Baizhu, Changsheng... Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli! What's the point of it all?
All we can do right now is honor Jialiang's decision and bear witness.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause?
But rules are meant to be broken. That's a Honkai Star Rail reference. You get it?
At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor, to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
May ha. That's how we're gonna defeat or destroy the crystal thing. Oh, never mind. It's just a spin. This is a cool spin, and it destroys it. Blue, 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 blue. My heart is gonna explode.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch how you grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
I'm dead.
Jialiang. Jialiang. Jialiang.
Wait, what?
Jialiang!
I'm not dead?
Dad, are you awake?
I was gonna make that like joke that I always make whenever like people die in video games of before I die, I want to tell you, I used to be a bandit and I've accumulated a lot of treasure. I hid it in the location, at the location. I'm dead. But then he didn't actually die, so if he actually tried to say that, then my joke wouldn't be able to like land there, because then he'll have to explain himself.
Jiangli, are you?
Why is there all these stickers on me with weird writing on it?
Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
These are fake hearts to help you pump blood.
How does it feel to come back to life?
You're a
Do
Frankenstein
you
monster
feel
now.
strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
Oh, this is the same thing that happened to Qiqi, right?
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Qiqi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jialiang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Utao.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
I knew someone was listening in on that conversation. So it was Hu Tao.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baiju's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Bubu Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Qiqi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Yeah, and leave Qiqi alone.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
I'm super serious.
Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Okay.
Oh, is she finally gone?
She's gone, Qiqi. Here, have some cocoa goat milk. It's gonna help you.
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion.
Such as, Paimon's idea of celebrations can only mean one thing.
At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Jiangli and Ayu around the dinner table.
This was a hard-won meal. Maybe I'll whip something too. It's been a while.
Yay! Paimon can't wait!
Isn't it whip up something too? Whip something too? Like, whoosh, I'm gonna whip you. Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
Let's go! Go, 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 go!
Wait
Go.
up! I'll come too!
Are you?
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh, we gotta play as Baizhu?
Now that you are part zombie, there are some rules that you need to know.
Qiqi.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
I forgot.
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
That's silly. Silly Qiqi. Silly Jialiang. Back room. Wacha! 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 This is my healthy poke. The more I poke, the more healthy you get. Poke, poke. Healthy poke, healthy poke. Now you're 75 years younger. Healthy poke.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Shenyu Vale.
That was like last year,
Changsheng,
man.
You're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
Healing punch. Healing poke.
A bitter pill to
Healing
swallow.
snake. Healing
You
snake!
will see.
Healing poke.
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
Wait, what?
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Wait, what?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this.
Is this one of those stories of like nothing ventured, nothing gained? Everyone has to like sacrifice something in order to like gain something?
The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that, some of them, I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
Is he like playing Pokemon with diseases? He's gotta catch them all?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready!
Oh, well, what does everyone in Chenyu Vale believe in? Ah,
Mom,
Paimon.
come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes, and said even Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out!
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Qiqi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay?
It means his banner is gonna go away, and then we're gonna have. We don't even know when will the next time he'll come back, because at the moment of recording, it's been like over a year since Eula was available. Also, when Changsheng was talking about fate, What did she mean exactly?
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiangli's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
It helps them live longer than what you think or what they would normally have lived, but it's still short compared to a regular person's life. Oh, we get a little
Long
thing.
ago,
A little
when
animation.
plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
Hmm.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jialiang feared for Jiangli's life, or Jiangli grieved over Jialiang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison poison? And what makes a disease a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
The elixir of immortality. You have to become immortal yourself?
Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
Huh. For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon.
Is this squeezed from the Cocoa Goats herself?
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Oh, Paimon, leave some grub for me.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
My favorite color is food. That's been my thing the entire time. The Heart of Healing, quest complete. So yeah, this story's complete now. Yeah, so this entire story was pretty interesting, and for some reason I have this nagging feeling this is going to be a tinfoil hat kind of theory, but if for those who don't know, I guess, or for those who remember, there was a time during, I think, 1.0, or 1 point something, when Qiqi became, like, a main banner. And for a very long time, for some reason, and people didn't really understand why. For some reason, I feel like for that update, they could, they might have had this story already, like, in the works. Because if you notice, this story doesn't really employ a lot of the newer stuff that we see done in the Sumeru stories, like all the little questionnaire stuff where you try to like deduce the answer to things, or weird animation techniques with I don't know, certain camera angles and stuff. This feels like an older traditional, not traditional, but vanilla story. So my tinfoil hat theory is that Baizhu was supposed to come out. The story for Baizhu was supposed to come out at that time. Because at the same time, Baizhu was also introduced in the story in the Archon quest and everything too, along with Qiqi. And it's been this long since seeing him and being able to play him. Whereas all the other characters so far, we haven't really met until maybe like an update close to when they're actually released. Characters like Dea and Tainari and all those people. We don't really see them right away until they're about to be released in the story. And anyways, I'm trying to get to this point. My tinfoil hat theory is that this story was supposed to release during 1.0, but maybe they felt it was not very appropriate for the times to release a story about finding immortality and curing all the diseases and transferring life and stuff when we're in the middle of a pandemic. And maybe, like, I don't know, some desperate people will take the story the wrong way and do some desperate things. And yeah, that's my tinfoil hat theory, is that this story was supposed to be out a long time ago, and somehow this story got squeezed in between a Sumeru story for some reason, coming back to Li Yue out of nowhere. It seems the story never really indicated that we were coming back here. In fact, a lot of the story has been pointing at going to Fontaine for the most part too. So, how do you agree with me? Do you see my point, the merits of my theory about this story potentially being sidelined or benched because the times called for it? Because I don't know, it makes sense to me. Leave a comment down in the comment section below and tell me if what I said makes sense or not, and whether you can maybe dispute it, because that's how I feel. But yeah, this is all I have for today. We've completed another story quest, and we learned a bit more about Baizhu, a bit more about Hu Tao, and we got to hear from Qiqi again. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next video, wherever it might be. Thanks for watching. I gotta go now. Goodbye.